but we are all called. God has a plan for each one of our lives, and no matter what you do, you are not out of God's will completely. Your calling is still intact, no matter what bad decisions you make. Your calling is still intact as long as you are still breathing. There's always a way for God to get you back on course and back to the path to your calling. But we have to know that God is faithful. God is always there. He is always on our side, and He's always going to get us back on course if we want to. The choice is ours. Do we want to fulfill our calling? Do we want to do what God called us to do? We want that. Because if we don't want that, we can choose not to do what God called us to do. And there are plenty of people in life who didn't do what God called them to do. But aren't you curious as to what God has in store for you? The Bible says in Corinthians, it says that eye has not seen nor ear heard what God has prepared for those who love Him. But we don't think God has a very good plan for us. We are not curious about God's plan for us. We think that our plan is better than His plan, but I'm curious as to what God's plan for my life is. I'm curious what the exceedingly abundantly above all I can ask or think is, because I could think really big. I have wild dreams and lofty dreams, and I want to know if God's dreams for me are bigger than that. But we have to know that God is faithful. No matter how many times we get off course, God is still faithful. And God will still bring us back on course if we trust Him, if we allow Him to, if we choose our calling.